Hello everyone and welcome to another DVD review. Today I'm going to talk about a film called Machine Gun Preacher starring Gerald Butler and Michael Shannon. Now, I liked Machine Gun Preacher. Not an amazing film, but for what it was pretty entertaining. The main idea of Machine Gun Preacher is basically about Gerald Butler's character. He plays kind of a recovering drug addict kind of guy who just recently is released from jail, and he's trying to get close to his family again, but kind of goes off and back into the reckless lifestyle. But once he gets home with his family, his wife used to be a stripper. Well, all of a sudden his family has now found God. He feels very out of place and feels like he is not at home. So he decides to go back to this reckless lifestyle. Well, finally, I don't want to say too much, but finally during some of the course of this movie, he decides to one day go to church with his family and all of a sudden finds God himself, and his church doing sort of a missionary program and over in Sudan, Africa, and he decides that he wants to go into Africa to help build homes and just to help the whole thing going on in Africa. That's the gist of Machine Gun Preacher. Now, I liked the movie. You know, I'm not usually big on movies like this, but for what it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see how they incorporated God into this sort of movie. Now, if you do not know, the film is actually based on a true story, an adaptation of a guy named Sam Childer, I believe. Anyways, it's based on his true story of what he did over in Sudan, Africa. So it's really cool about, pretty much about his resistance against the Lord's Resistance Army is pretty much about what the movie's about, and then that's what the movie is actually based on. So it was kind of cool. I didn't actually know that till I watched the entire film, because after the film, they show like real pictures with the credits, and it's kind of cool seeing that. Let me tell you some of the reasons why I enjoyed this movie. One of the main reasons was there were some really cool kind of heartfelt moments throughout the film. Not moments where I wanted to cry, nothing like that, but just kind of some heartfelt, some, heartwarming moments where I could actually kind of feel for the characters, and that's one of the things I liked about the movie. There were some really heartfelt moments, and I liked that about the movie. I thought Gerald Butler did pretty cool. Well, it's kind of cool to see him react to certain things in this movie. I thought his performance was pretty cool, and I also like Michael Shannon in this movie. I thought he did a pretty good job too. Also, like there's a man that Gerald Butler's character meets over in Africa, and throughout the course of time they become friends. And I don't want to say too much, but there's some times in the movie where Gerald Butler's character struggles with God and stuff during the course of this movie, and he's having to struggle, the relationship between his family and then his life over in Sudan, and he's having to struggle, which one should I do kind of thing. And I liked that whole relationship in the movie. I liked how, that his character had to struggle with both lifestyles and in the end pick which one was most important. Anyways, I liked that a lot. I thought this movie did pretty good in that area. I was a little surprised by how largely panned this movie was by critics. You can check Wikipedia if you want, but this movie only got like a 29% Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm not big on Rotten Tomatoes. The site. You guys know my opinion on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't like too big on the site. Anyways, it only got like a 29%, like I said, and just critically the movie didn't do very well. But as for me, I enjoyed it. Very cool film. Not amazing, but it's cool for what they were trying to do. To try to make this guy's story come to life. Very cool, kind of a heartwarming film. Just kind of one of those cool films. I always kind of consider, films like Facing the Giants, I wasn't ever too big on, Courageous and stuff like that. But Machine Gun Preacher I actually thought was pretty decent. So anyways, that's my review of Machine Gun Preacher. Like, comment, subscribe to the page below, and I'll see you guys later with another DVD review.